Hey everybody, we wanted to take a moment and talk to you about where Guild Wars 2 is going to be headed in 2013 as we head into the new year. So our major focus for the next 6 months is going to be taking the existing game world that we've built and making it as strong as we possibly can. We want to make it as rewarding as possible to play anywhere in the world that already exists and give you reasons to go back and play in any corner of the maps that we've built, in particular in the open world, so players are always running into other players and having these great communal experiences in our dynamic event system that our game is really fundamentally focused on. On top of that, we're going to be building on the event system to add more dynamic events all over the world and adding more content so you have reasons inside our existing world to go back to all the places that we've built. And we're going to be building new reward systems that make it so that your time is worthwhile to go to each of these locations and you truly are rewarded for it, including with the most powerful rewards that you can earn in the game. Now, as we move forward, we're also going to be developing our ability to do living storylines and these story events like we've done in our Halloween event and our Christmas event and our Lost Shores event in November, and have these sort of live storylines that play out in the world and drive storylines that you can experience and talk about for years to come how they change the world forever as a result of that storyline. And we learned a lot from those stories, in particular doing the Halloween and November Lost Shores events, and we applied a lot of those lessons to our Winter's Day event. To make sure that it's inclusive enough and community-driven and everyone can experience it. And that's something that we're going to be applying to these storylines even more as we go forward from the lessons we learned from Winter's Day as well. Finally, we're going to be taking the core systems of the game and trying to improve on them to help support that concept of community and this truly living dynamic world. We'll be doing that in World versus World. We'll be adding new features to World versus World to make it more exciting and more rewarding to play there. We'll be adding new features to PvE to allow for that as well. And finally, we're going to be expanding on our PvP systems to add more of the functionality that both more casual PvP players are looking for, so it feels more rewarding and there's a stronger sense of progression in PvP. And for people who are competitive gamers, the tools that they need to allow themselves to grow as a competitive community. So there's so much more than all of that that's going on. It really just scratches the surface, but we wanted to just give you kind of a highlight of where we're headed. We have a blog post up on the guildwars2.com website that you can read that summarizes in detail more of the things that we want to do and talks about kind of where we're headed with the game in more detail. So please check that out, and we look forward to seeing you in game in 2013.